We have a group of students who have had a variety of experiences at Montgomery College, and we welcome them today to share those experiences with us. And I'm sure we all agree when we hear more from students, hear their insights, it really kind of lets us know how we can continue our good work to serve them. So I am first going to ask if we could give our students a round of applause, and followed by that, to introduce themselves. So, Maurice, why don't we start with you?
Well, Maurice Williams, a little bit about myself: father, fiance, graduate, kind of shift, I don't want to say change of careers, but add into my career. And this place has helped me, I guess, immerse in my college experience, like being at Montgomery College. The last time I went, you did what you do to get by, but coming here, I've learned to embrace it all, be immersed in it, gain the support from all avenues, and it's really helped.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Please, Jennifer.
Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Argeta. I am a nursing major and I'm currently entering my third and final year here at MC. My professional goal is to eventually become a registered nurse and continue on to my bachelor's degree. I am an early college student, so I have been taking college classes while being a high school student, and I just recently graduated high school a few months ago. Thank you. I was quite involved on campus. I've been doing programs such as MC Leads. I'm also involved in the Students Activities Board and in Student Senate at the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus. The college has helped me by being such an amazing support and advising system for students that have never been to college before.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Isaiah, please.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Marshall. I'm a computer science major. I've been studying computer science at Montgomery College since the spring of 2021. I run a music production studio part-time, and I decided to come to Montgomery College after being furloughed by my full-time job due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Lynn.
Good morning. My name is Lynn. I'm a student in the Automotive Technology program. I'm entering my second semester. During my first semester, I participated in MC Leads. I was also on Dr. Williams' presidential transition advisory committee. I was one of the students. Yeah, I look forward to sharing some of my story with all of you guys.
All right, Zachary, bring us home.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zachary Minheim. I'm a business major here at Montgomery College. I'm entering my second year. I'm also a part of the exec board here on the Rockville campus for the Student Senate. I'm the secretary. And I'm also the co-chair of the Student Activities Board. And I'm also an extended member of the Ascend Parent Initiative Task Force. Right in line with that, I have a 4-year-old son, and I'm looking forward to being a part of the conversation today.
Thank you all so very much for those introductions, and again for being with us here. We're excited to hear about your experiences, and we're going to hop in with our conversation. So the first question that I have is, what would you like faculty and staff to know about your reasons for attending MC, and how we might all help you succeed? Zachary.
So right in line with kind of everything I was just saying, I'm a parent, so I try and set the standard for my son. And I want to be able to, when he's around the time to go to college, I want to be able to tell him that he can go to school and he can be successful and he can accomplish everything he sets out for. And one of the ways that MC could help me succeed with that is I spend a lot of my time advocating for student parents on campus and just continuing to allow me to have a seat at the table to speak on behalf of my fellow student parents. I'm not sure if anyone knows, but of our 17,300 credit students, 15 to 20% of us are parents. So it's a big group.
Thank you.
I guess I got. So for me, it's definitely proximity, affordability, and major, which is broadcast journalism. And I think the ways they can help me succeed is, I would like, just like he said, just to shift the general perspective of what college students are. You know, some of them is not straight from high school. Like, you know, you have working adults that's coming back into the program. So that's it. Give us more resources.
More resources and, you know, really kind of focusing in on that equitable approach, right? That we really lean into at Montgomery College and finding out what our individual students need. Because it's different for everyone.
It's different. It looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
And she's coming straight from high school.
Right.
I graduated from college and I'm coming back to enhance my career. So, and he has a child, I has a child. So everybody's perspective, it looks a little bit different. So it's a little bit more work, but I think it's more beneficial.
Thank you. Anybody else care to, Lynn?
I'm a little similar to Maurice. I also have a bachelor's degree. My background is in engineering, but I'm interested in the automotive industry. After talking to a few very successful mechanics in Montgomery County, they recommended coming to get some hands-on experience, get some education from Montgomery College. A lot of people spoke very highly of the automotive program here. And my goal is I'm an international student from China, and I'm planning to work in the automotive industry. So coming here, I'm getting my education, sort of mechanic education, but I'm really learning to use my hands, use the tools, so that afterwards I can get a job in that field and be successful.
Thank you. Please, Jennifer.
So yeah, I attended MC because one, it allowed me to get a head start at my nursing degree at a younger age, also at a much more affordable tuition comparing if I were to go to a 4-year institution. And I also had all the accessibility to college life resources, just like everybody else here on the panel. I think something to continue promoting success around the students is sort of encouraging the talk of mental health in our classrooms and around campus as well, sort of making sure that students know what resources the college provides them and that it's a safe space for all. Since mental health can be such a sensitive topic to talk about, but really does have a huge impact in achieving our academic goals.
Thank you, Jennifer. And actually, kind of segue, and some of you have talked about it, so maybe we can, maybe dive in a little bit more. We've talked about the Ascend program, mental health. So what resources at the college have impacted your success in tutoring, libraries, multilingual information, counseling? We heard about the Ascend program. We heard other, and do you have any ideas that would help us enhance support for students? And again, some of you started already down this journey, so let's probe this a little bit. Yeah, Isaiah, please.
So tutoring and office hours were hugely beneficial to me at Montgomery College. In fact, my previous calculus professor actually offered virtual tutoring via the Virtual Tutoring Center after class, and I really felt like specifically receiving tutoring from my professor was instrumental to my success in that class. So the tutoring and any other kinds of one-on-one tutoring would, I think, be beneficial to a lot of students.
And thank you, Isaiah. It sounds like it was the tutoring complemented with the kind of the equity, the individuality, because you said virtual tutoring, right? So it was tutoring that met your needs as a student, right? Right. So yeah, so that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Maurice, you were going to share.
Yeah, so tutoring as well, and also the coaching has been definitely beneficial. Okay. It almost connects what's going on with your real life, and it kind of marries the real life, your work life, your home life, and your school life together. So you're able to talk, you're able to vent, you're able, so that's been greatly beneficial.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you. Other support services that helped you, or that you think, wow, that would be great to see more of, or in a different way? Yeah, Zachary.
One of the things, I was in a communications class last year, and I was actually on the Tacoma Park campus. It was a sidewalk listening I guess like a workshop almost. It was just an event on campus where students went through training and active listening skills, and they just kind of sat around the Tacoma Park campus just waiting for someone to come up, and you could just talk about anything that you had on your mind. And it was students helping students. And a lot of that, I would say, would probably be my recommendation. See a lot more of that across all campuses.
So that peer-to-peer or near-peer, as it's sometimes called, interaction to really support our students. And I know we have, there's opportunities for that. But I hear you saying, wow, just kind of uplift those and maybe amplify the opportunities.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And I see you nodding your head, Jennifer. Are you going to yes and that? Is that?
Yeah, I just want to add on. I think something that could sort of promote success even more is like the promotion of technology rentals. So like laptops and calculators, because they are very expensive and it's a necessity for a majority of the classes that are offered here on campus. And also just the overall promotion of the stuff we already have, like the digital learning centers. I know a lot of students don't know we have them on campus and that they're there.
Thank you. So, as we go into our third question, it'd be really interesting to hear, how are you planning for your next steps? Some of you have talked a little bit about this, but let's, such as transfer, graduation, employment, how are you preparing? Please, Zachary, please.
I'll be done here at MC. It's looking like this summer. And my goal is to transfer to either the Shady Grove School, or universities at Shady Groves, or College Park, the Smith School of Business. And kind of beyond that, success to me looks like after MC, just having the ability to say that I made an impact on my community and those around me. It's really important for me to use my platform and use my voice to advocate for those that don't have the ability or don't have the opportunity.
Thank you, Zachary. Thank you for sharing your planning, and I appreciate you adding the component of, what does success look like for you? And that'd be great to hear how other individuals, how are you planning, and ultimately, what does success look like?
I think for me, success for me looks like definitely having employment after finishing, and whatever that be. I don't mind starting at a lower level and working my way up, but definitely having some type of form of employment in the field. Yep.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Isaiah, please.
So I plan to transfer to the University of Maryland to finish my bachelor's degree in computer science. And success for me looks like finishing my bachelor's degree and getting full-time employment as a software engineer in the industry.
Okay. Fantastic. Other individuals in terms of your planning and what success looks like for you? Sure. Thank you, Jennifer.
So I hope to, as I mentioned earlier, to become a registered nurse, and I want to be able to successfully graduate and pass the NCLEX state exam in order to officially become a nurse. And I want to be able to put those skills that I learned during clinical hours, I want to be able to actually put that on real-life patients in the real-life setting. And I hope to further transfer and continue my education, because my dream job would be to become a midwife and help future mothers.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's it. So when we think about the plan for success, what success looks like, and I've heard some common themes where you want to be able to make an impact on society. You want to be able to have a job in the field that you're going to school for, right? You want to be successful in that role, and ultimately you want to advance within that profession, right? After you're breaking through and transferring possibly and getting your degree. So what has been, when we think about all these components and the support and the path and what success looks like, what has been the most helpful to you as a student at MC? And do you have any suggestions for improvements? What has been the most helpful, and do you have any suggestions for us?
Yeah, I think the most helpful for me has been the programs in the PSP, Presidential Scholar Program. That's been beneficial. Also, just being immersed, like I said, immersed in the college experience has been very, very helpful. Coaching has been helpful, tutoring, you know. And what was the other part you said?
Are there opportunities that you see? Anything that you would see that we could do?
Yeah, I think for an adult college student, definitely, I think more remote classes is good. More career connection, more academic, like I said, and more academic empowerment. More remote classes, yeah.
So thank you. I hear a lot of themes, a lot of themes throughout our conversation. Isaiah.
I definitely like to second Maurice. The Presidential Scholars Program has been really helpful for me. The ability to pursue my degree completely virtually has been really helpful too and convenient, and it was kind of a determining factor that led me to go back to school and get my education. So far, my experience at Montgomery College has been much more enjoyable than my experience at a technical school and a university. So I don't have any suggestions.
Fantastic. All right. What about others? What has been, Lynn, the most helpful?
I would name two things that I
Yes.
find very helpful to me. One of them is actually student life. I participated in MC Leads, which is a leadership training program that meets once a week for a span of some time during a semester. And that to me was a tremendous opportunity to explore myself, express and explore myself. And that's where I meet Mrs. Kimberly Jones, who is a mentor to me, and I really was not expecting such a wonderful program when I came to MC. So that was a big bonus. It was helpful because I think I became a student who explored my own potential more. So it's a very encouraging experience for me. And the second is the faculty in my program. As I've mentioned, I'm here for some hands-on experience. And many of the faculty members know that. And they have office hours for students like me who don't have a lot of hands-on experience and don't have a lot of opportunities outside the classroom to work on cars. So they have office hours for students like me to get more experienced, to apply the knowledge that I learned in the classroom. And that's been extremely helpful. If there's any suggestion, I would actually say, it seems to me the Technical Training Institute seems a little bit separate from the academic side of Montgomery College. And I think there might be a way to bridge the two so that the two components of the institution is more integrated, more united. Other than that, my experience has been extraordinary here.
That's fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Does anyone else want to share what has been most helpful? Zachary.
I'll piggyback off of what Jennifer and Lynn were saying. I was also a part of the MC Leads program, but I did it here at the Rockville campus with Miss Lisa Hackley. And getting involved, I would say, has been the biggest impact. I'm a returning student as well here at this school. So I've faced the reality of not being able to succeed here. And now I'm back and I am succeeding and I am doing well. And the biggest difference now is how involved I am. The students that I'm around are highly motivated. A lot of the students from the Student Senate last year, I know at least 2 of them are going to Georgetown. Plenty of them went to Maryland. So these are all students that are along the same path that I aspire to be on. So just being involved, getting around those highly motivated students. And I guess the only improvement I would say with that is kind of with what Lynn was saying, is finding creative ways to expand the table to allow more students in other areas, whether it's workforce development or technical training, allowing them to have a seat at the table as well, because they're very important to this campus and this community as well.
So, all right, you have all of us here are here to support you, right, and your fellow students, and those who we want to be students at Montgomery College. And we are a week away from fall classes beginning. Some of us, I'm not going to point any fingers, this will be their first fall as a professional at the college. Why is everybody laughing? Why is it like? So think back, please take a moment, think back to your first semester, realizing that for some of you that may have been a complete remote semester, but think back to your first semester, please, and what you were thinking, what you were feeling, what you were expecting, and what advice, what would you share about going into that experience? What would you share with faculty and staff at Montgomery College about that experience that will help us continue to support students? You can take a moment. Please, Zachary.
One of the biggest things that I did last year, and my family will attest to this because I was constantly doing it every day for classes, I would log into Zoom a little bit early, like 5-10 minutes early, and I would just chat with my professor, right? Whether it was my stats class with Dr. Maurice Shahadi, where we were talking about Elon Musk and Neuralink, right? It has nothing to do with statistics, but I got to know my professor a little bit better. Or if it was talking to my sociology professor, Professor Daniel Santor, about social stratification. We were writing a paper, but specifically in today's society and relevant topics along that outside of the classroom, right? These professors are so interested in teaching the students here. If you take the time to chat with them and just pick their brains about anything, they're more than happy to oblige.
That's awesome. Thank you. Jennifer, please.
I have a nursing professor that was a big advocate on using correct pronouns for students and even announcing their own pronouns before the start of class. And I think that's very important because it sort of encourages that inclusivity and that, you know, the college is a safe space and it's like representing different identities. And it really does make a big difference when faculty or staff announces their pronouns to some students.
Thank you. What about others? That first day, that first semester, Maurice.
Yeah,
Yes.
so for me, the first semester, first day was a little bit nerve-wracking, right? Because I've been out of school for a little while now, and I'm a little bit older than some of the students well, at least I think so. So I'm already coming into that space on guard, just feeling like I'm the old guy, the old man coming in, and I'm not even that old, but feeling like I'm about to be in a class full of kids, not kids though, but. So I would say just for those adults or people that's coming back into the workforce, the faculty could just be a space for them to talk, to vent. Like I said, the coaching was a great aspect of it, so because I'm able to speak about those fears of being uncomfortable and finding ways to overcome that. And, you know, that's it.
Good? Good. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank all of you, each and every one of you, for sharing your experience with us. I don't know, hopefully you can feel it. I can feel it in this room, and I can feel it through the Zoomosphere, the Zoomiverse, the passion that we all have to support students at Montgomery College is palpable. And being able to start our academic journey for this year, hearing from students and hearing about presidential scholars and counseling and MC leads and Ascend and just all of these components at the college dedicated ourselves to, and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and trying to really create those learning support spaces that are individual, and hearing you reflect on the impact of those spaces, and also sharing that, that is so often what not only helps you survive but thrive, and it just gives energy for us to continue the good work and identify those other opportunities to either introduce or amplify at the college. So I think everyone would join me in thanking our students. So thank you all. Thank you, everybody. And I would be remiss if I didn't add a point of clarity onto that thank you for everyone who is here and everyone who is watching, because I know is all of you who have created the experiences that our students had, right, and that they were able to share with us. And I know it's all of you and us who are going to continue to endeavor to provide equitable educational opportunities for our students and our residents. So thank you all so very much.